Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I know that it looks a bit like 𝗙𝗍𝗔𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗍𝗂 changed, but he's just walking in. Look at that. Hello, pretty boy.
Hello, buddy.
I was helping you out, my G.
We live already?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna be late.
2
So
minutes earlier.
I was warming up the audience for you.
2 minutes earlier today.
I was warming up the audience. Look at the nasty that Bitcoin's doing right now.
Oh, wow.
So how's everyone doing today, guys? GM 𝗙𝗍𝗪𝗏. How are you guys today? What are we seeing? What are we doing? Shantu sir early? Bro, I'm always up early. The early bird gets the worm, I guess. And the second mouse gets the cheese. We know the drill. Haha.
How's BTC? BTC is 64.
BDC is bitchy. Bitchy. You want to take over?
Sure.
Wait, that mic is off.
Really?
So, have fun with 𝗙𝗍𝗪𝗏. You see?
Alright, guys, good morning. How are we doing? Let's start with fundamentals, see what have we got for the week. This week, it's a very interesting week. It's looking really good, but not really good, if you know what I mean. So, we have today, what do we have? We have nothing going on really. To be honest, nothing red. We only want the red fundamentals, so we don't need this one. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, apply filter. Alright, so we have non-farm payroll change, PMI. These are not gonna really do much, to be honest with you guys. What is going on here? This is not mine. This is not mine. Okay, tomorrow. What do we have tomorrow on fundamentals? Tomorrow we have unemployment claim, which is not really red, to be honest, so it's not gonna change a lot. But then we have Friday, we have non-farm payroll, unemployment rate, and all of that. Why you boys are so quiet today? What's going on, guys? So let's start with DXY. What do we see on DXY and why DXY is moving like it is? Alright, so guys, just one thing to keep in mind. You have non-farm payroll. Usually this week is really quiet, waiting for the market to go into the news and all of that. So patience is key at this moment, to be honest. There is no need for you to rush in the market. There is no FOMO. You can always catch next week. The month is early. You should aim around 500 pips a month, and that's it. If you're risking 3% and you're having a 10 pip stop loss, do the math. It's a lot of money on the table. So all you gotta do is just be patient and reserve your capital. That's the most important part, reserving your capital. So let's start with DXY and see what we got on DXY and what market conditions are we really in. Alright, so let's start with weekly. We start with weekly, looking at weekly. What do we see on weekly, to be honest? To be honest with you, I see an information which means explosion to the upside. So guys, we've seen the information over and over and over. Will I count this as a move to the downside alone? No, it's literally just a pullback, and this is a move to the downside. This is a pullback. It's a big difference. So okay, now I know the market's pulling back. It hit already. You know, if you look at it, right? If you look at it, the target already hit on this one. Like, it's already hit. So the next stop I see, it's the 200. Other than that, I'm not interested, to be honest. So if it hit the 200, can we go lower? That's the question. That's the most important part for the week. Are we going to go lower so BTC can go higher, or are we going to stay in the upside trend? So to answer your question, what do we have here? We have the information. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, boom. That's the information. Cool. So the information, usually what it does, it's 90% of the time the leg is higher. So as you can see here, the bodies on the daily closed above. All right, we just came here, we picked up some liquidity, and then we continued higher. We have the 200 MA. So what we can see on the 200 MA is a touch, a second touch, a third touch, and then continue higher. Or it can, I'll give you a beautiful example, right? Let's just have a look over here. All right, I'm going to replay this, start a new. Okay, while it's loading. I'm gonna go here and show you. Okay, I'll just do it. I don't have to replay. So we came back, we pushed lower, we pulled back, and we came here, and then we touched it once, twice, 3 times. And then we came a bit lower, and then we went a bit higher. And then now the MAs are crossing. So if you look at the DXY on the 4-hour, what we can expect is that on the daily, it comes to the moving averages over here. So we're looking at around 99, 200. And then I'll be interested to sell BTC. Currently BTC, what I'm looking for is a push higher, and for DXY to push lower. So DXY, we can look at 1, 2. I'm looking for another wave to the downside over here. So as long as we maintain below this line, okay, below this line, can you see what happened? This is the momentum line for the week. We broke above it Monday early morning, and now we're breaking below it. All right, and then this 4-hour candle here most likely to close lower. If it close higher, then I'm staying out. That's what I said yesterday to the boys. I said, you know what, BTC, I posted on my X and I posted on Discord that I'm going long, okay, here, but I have 2 options. I'm either going long over here, or I'm going to stay out of the market. I said, you know what, I would rather go long over here than over here because it's a bit lower. And even though I know, okay, the 4-hour closed above our momentum line right here. If you look at the 4-hour, we closed beautifully on the momentum line on Monday. We pulled back, we rejected once, twice, we broke above, we came back, we retested, and then we closed above, and now we're just floating above this momentum line. And guys, the momentum line is 63,800 for the week. So you can put this on your chart. And good morning, man. Good morning, guys. And what you can do is look, if anything happens above it, we're still looking for buys to the upside. If we break below, we change to a bearish momentum to the downside, and we are targeting way lower. So to the upside, I still believe we can reach 66,500 first, which was our main momentum line. That's why we holding below here, is because of this move over here. We got this momentum line, but then my target still stands as 67,800. This is my target for the week. As long as we maintain above 63,800, above this momentum line, which we are currently, all right, we will see the market push way higher. So do I change my entry here? It's a very good question to ask yourself, and the answer is, what's our movement for the day? So it's most likely not gonna go lower there, to be honest. Our movement for the day, we're looking at 1,500. All right, so $1,500. We're looking for a move. So we opened around here. We are looking at 1,500, or we are looking at 1,500. Okay. So let's see on the 15 minutes, what do we have? On the 15 minutes on BTC, we're currently in a range, to be honest. So on the 4-hour, is buyers and sellers are equal? Is that a yes or no? To be honest, the buyers took control. So when the buyers take control, we are looking for buys. And then look at the wicks that is throwing over here. So very quick one, guys. If you take the high to the low of this leg over here, it's a very obvious leg. If you take the high to the low of this leg, you'll see we maintaining below 618. All right, we came back, we retested the 50. Market retested the 50. So the next stop is 78. So how can we benefit from that? Looking closely on these candles, the first red candle, I'll take the high to the low. Look at that. That is messed up. This red candle, which is this one, let me just change this. This red candle, right? It's the same size as this candle over here. So buyers and sellers are equal. We have the moving average on the 15 minutes. I use the blue one is the 200 MA and the red one is the 50 MA. So if I take highs to lows, to be honest, I will buy on the moving average. So any pullback, guys, I'm looking to get in. All right. So this is option 2. This is worst case scenario. Okay. what we have right here. What we have right here is worst case scenario. But then what we can have is an entry here, all right, with a stop loss of 150 pips, like that. Because market is dead, to be honest, and it will be really nice if we can get an entry like that. And the reason I'm taking that is, if you look, okay, we broke here, we pulled back. This is the leg that really broke. So if we take this from here to there, we get in the 78 also as a confirmation. So I will go 63,650. You know, 63,650. We have the moving average as a confirmation. So what I'm looking for on the 4 hour is for the market to do another spike into this momentum line like we've seen over here and reject. And also we have this one over here. So this is how I'm looking at it today, to be honest. So this is the first entry we have over here, and then you can target this, which will give you 1 to 27, to be honest, which is really fucking good. So we have a push to the downside, another push, time for a relief. It's so obvious, guys. It is so obvious. And you know, with the dollar going so low, right? Why have we not seen the move on BTC USD? This is BTC USD, by the way, not BTC USDT, which is this one. They move kind of the same. So let's move on to gold. What is going on with gold? Have anyone understood everything what I've just said on BTC and explained? Do you guys know the plan? The target for BTC is 67,800. 67,800, the target for BTC. As long as we maintain above this line. Alright, so on gold we have reached our momentum line, our like move for the day. This long is so beautiful. The target for gold is 4215. I've been screaming that. So I'm gonna keep it as it is on gold. I can't touch it today because it's against the rules of mine. The market did its move for the day, which mean you need to stay out of that market for the day. You need to go to a market where the move have not been done for the day. All right, so looking at Nasdaq. I told you guys we're gonna go to 300 and it's going to be so quickly. And look at that, 1 day, 2 days, boom, we already covered how much? Look, crazy. All right, so this is our momentum line for the week over here, 28,800. If we get any pullback, we are going to go long. It's so obvious, it's so retarded. Any pullback, we are going long. Okay, so If we look too long at the 38, right, of this one over here, so I see two red candles and then a push to the higher. So if I take the low to the high of this one and the market decide to reject, we have the 200 MA over here, all right? And what do we have on the 15 minutes? 200 MA on the 38, we have the 50, which is most likely to get tapped. So 29,400 29,400, we have this level over here, which is the 50% of a candle, which is most likely to be tapped. We have these two candles. So if I take this candle over here, body, okay, now I'm just mixing styles, to be honest. So my first area of interest will be that, but then it starts from the wicks. So let me take the 50% of that. Hmm. 50% of that would give me just gonna make it nice and clean. 50% of that, so I'm looking to enter at this level over here, and the movement for the day is we're looking at 900 and 9,200. Yeah, I would go with 50 stop loss, to be honest. It's supposed to be 90, but it seems like it's too big. All right. Let's go with let's just use this low over here. All right, so this should give you a 1 to, what is it? You can target this line over here, 1 to 11. I think that's fair enough. So we're looking, this is the entries and the exits on Nasdaq. We will see. Let's go into gold, let it reach the target, and then we will decide based on the price action. So you're asking me, will you flip to short on gold near 4,205? It's actually 4,215. The answer is, it all depends on what day of the week it is, what month are we in. It depends on timing of the day, the 4 hours closures, the price action, how it's looking. It's all of that based on my strategy. I will either go short or I'll continue higher. It's all based on the momentums and all of that. So this is what I'm looking for on Nasdaq. I'm gonna go ahead and put an alarm. But then now looking at this over here, how can we benefit to go short into a long? So the plan is, we've seen 1, 2. So what you can look is go short at the 78, take high to low, And what you can do is, yeah, you can see here the 78. So you can actually short, and let me teach you a trick how to actually have a dynamic stop loss. So let's say you're going short over here. Be like, okay, what's the first red candle that pushed lower? Is this one or this one? Which one will give you a higher stop loss? I'll take low to high. I have my stops just above the -27. And then let me try this one. Okay, let me try this. Yeah, so it seems quite good. I'll have my stops at that, and then I'll look to ride it lower. Boom. So you can benefit off the short. And then if we stop where we are, you will see, if we stop where you are and you go like this, boom, -27 on that. Let's see, GBP is the GBP JPY, guys. I'm still looking to short, whether you like it or not. To be honest, I'm still looking to short. GBP JPY have not bottomed yet. It will still surprise everyone and push lower. We have just retested the weekly lows over here, so I'm looking anywhere around here to go long and hedge it. Looking at GBP NZD, ouch, ouch. Look at that. Wow. Look at the entry I missed on 618. So I was looking at something like this, and then at 750 as a stop loss. Okay, so GBP NZD, any pullback, I'm looking too long. We've just came back to retest this one over here. Momentum line is still short, is over there, so I'm gonna change it, and then I'll give you guys the new momentum line. Guys, we're gonna be quite active this week. It's gonna look really good. Looking at what else moved, it was this one over here. Well, I didn't take this one, to be honest, so let me delete that. We're still looking for a push to the downside. Euro NZD, it's probably Thomas. Okay, Euro NZD, I'm gonna short it, so I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. I hope you understood everything on BTC. Stay out of gold and Nasdaq. You have the plan for Nasdaq, so I will just leave it at that, boys, and then I will check you on the Discord later on. What we planning to do is hopefully do a call later on Discord for the people on the Discord. I want to do more education on there, so I can't really share much on here, but what I will try to do is squeeze in a 3 minutes call or an hour call. I hope all of you will jump on that. So hit the likes on your way out, and I'll check you tonight.